Ramit Sethi. And for those of you that don't know Ramit Sethi, he became famous because he published a book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It's a good book, but for me that's kind of 101, and I read that some years ago, and other money books intrigue me and interest me, not that level. But what that conversation did for me is made me think there's so many people that need that kind of information. And not that it's not available, but if you don't know what you're looking for, how do you know if what you found is the thing you need, or it makes sense in your situation, or it's even the correct information? Because there's a ton of information out there that's not correct, right? Just because it lives on the internet doesn't mean it's true. So I wrote the book with this idea in mind that I want to help people have a better relationship with their money. I want people to understand money as a thing, as an energy being that they can actually have a relationship with. And you know, the job of a dollar bill is to find some friends, and the dollar bill can find friends either in your pocket and have more, or it can find friends in whatever department store you like, in their cash register, and it leaves you. So if you don't have a good relationship with that little Benjamin, he's not coming back to you with friends. So that's why I wrote this book. And one of my mentors said years ago that to write a successful book, and a book that people would want to read, it should be about 100 pages long, and it should be structured in 10 chapters and about 10 pages each chapter. When I started writing this book, that just was not coming through for me. So my next idea was, well, what about people that want to really do something about their financial situation? They usually like programs. They like to know 30 days of whatever, and you may be familiar with dry January. People don't drink for 30 days and make up in February, or don't spend anything for 30 days and they catch up after the 30 days. So I didn't want that situation, but I did want the whatever number of days type of program. So I wrote this book in small bites, and it has 21 days, 21 chapters that people can easily digest, because each chapter is just a few pages. And I ended each chapter with a question for the reader to ponder from one day to the next. So my goal with this is to teach people how to build that relationship and how to change that mindset when it comes to their money in small bites. The other thing that was very important to me was that I wanted this to be sustainable. If you tell somebody, in order to have more money, you need to budget. And budgeting means you need to write down all of your expenses, every single penny. And you probably heard that at some point. Well, the problem with that is, can you do it? Yes. Will you keep doing it? Most likely no, because it's not sustainable. So for me, it was very important that whatever I tell people to change or improve in their relationship with their money is something that's so small that they can do it, but also they can sustain it. I have a friend that's a professional organizer, and I learned something from her many years ago, and I took that to heart when it comes to the relationship with money. She said that when she helps people organize their home, she goes into their house and looks at what their normal routine is, and then structures everything around the things that they normally would do anyway. So I did the same thing with this. So when I suggest think of money as your friend, you can adapt your thinking because it's not so hard to do. But when I suggest, hey, keep track of your spending, I also say do it for a month or for a couple of weeks when you write everything down. It's short enough that you can keep at it, but it's long enough that it gives you the information that you're looking for to see where your money leaks are. Right? If you want to save money, it's another tip here is to put it in an account that's not at your regular bank. Now, I'm not telling you go to a different city or a different state. If you bank online, you can still open an online account, just do it at a different bank where you don't log in every day. If you like the in-person interaction, go to another bank that's a little further away, so that way you don't go there every day, but if you do need access to your money, you can still go. So there are little things that you can do for that relationship to get better. And I want to share just a couple of ideas from the book. Maybe it will make you curious to get the book and to read the book and hopefully share it with friends. But I won't read the chapters because I want you guys to read it on your own and kind of get the feel for the book. Anybody familiar with the book 5 Love Languages? Mm-hmm. All right. So have you ever considered that there's a love language that you're using when it comes to your money as well? So if money was your friend or your important person, not significant other, because I'm not taking away anything from that relationship, but somebody important enough in your life that you have to care, or didn't have to, but you cared about, right? Then you would manifest that relationship based on whatever your love language is, right? How do you know that your significant other loves you? Well, that depends on what your love language is. Because if your love language is words of affirmation, it means you like hearing, oh, I love you, oh, you're so wonderful, you do such a great job taking care of the family, all that. But if your love language is, let's say, receiving gifts, if they come to you all the time and tell you what a great job you're doing, you're going to think, when are you going to buy me something? Right? Because I will feel a lot more important if you got me something. Right? And with the same token, if you tell them how wonderful they are, but their love language is quality time, they really want to just snuggle up with you on the sofa, but you're telling them, honey, you did such a great job taking that trash out. And they're like, oh, yeah, not happening anytime soon. So how do you perceive the love that money has for you? Through the same lens that you perceive the love relationship with your significant other. You may not have thought about it, so my challenge to you is reading the book and figuring out what your love language is when it comes to money. If your love language is, let's see, receiving gifts, okay? Then of course, if you can buy stuff with the money, you feel, well, money really loves me because look at my nice, beautiful car, right? But if your love language is acts of service, and you buy a beautiful car, you may not really feel that love as much. You still feel good because, hey, you had the money, but you may not feel that love so much. But what will really make you feel that love is because you now can pay that lady to come clean out your house. Yeah? And then you can do whatever you want in that time, but you feel really taken care of by money because now your house is clean and you didn't have to worry about it. Right? So that's how you communicate with money, and that's how money communicates back with you. And here's a quick example to make you think of something, of how you treat money. So if you have a friend, and your friend comes to your house and says, I was in the area, I have an appointment about 15 minutes down the road, but I just wanted to stop by and see you for a few minutes. I want to make sure that you're cool, everything's nice. What have you been up to? But I really can only stay 5 minutes. What are you gonna do with that friend? Are you gonna say, come on in, have a seat, let's chat for 5 minutes? Or are you gonna say, well, you can't really stay long enough for me to even bother, so bye, have a nice day, I don't really wanna get you inside. Right? It sounds kind of ridiculous because they're your friend, so you're probably not gonna slam the door in their face. But yeah, we do that to money because we got the paycheck and we're like, oh my god, now I gotta pay all these bills, I won't have any money left, darn it, money doesn't really like me, doesn't want to hang around. But money just came to take care of you for 5 minutes, but you didn't appreciate that because you didn't really stay long. Right? So if you don't slam the door in your friend's face, why do you squeeze the money to the bottom of your purse? And I know, ladies, we're all guilty of that, and money's all wrinkled up and maybe has some makeup on it or whatever else lives in our purse, right? Because the one thing we cannot find in a woman's purse, you know what that is? Order. So we want to make sure that money feels loved. We want to treat money right. Yeah? Whether it's paper money, whether it's numbers on the computer, whatever shape, form money takes, we want to treat it right. So that's part of the 21-day challenge. And I'm so glad Rebecca came. Rebecca is a relationship expert, and we had some long conversations about the love languages, and she came right in the middle of me talking about it. So how funny is that? How's that for an angel when you're
Perfect timing. Exactly. Yeah.
So, all right. This is my second book that I'm writing on my own. I collaborated in a bunch of other books for business, but my journey as an author started with my story. So I wrote this book when I turned 40 because I didn't want to get depressed on my 40th birthday. And I decided that was going to be the launch day, so I have something really cool to celebrate and not just a birthday. And today is the 21st anniversary of my 25th birthday, so I'm launching the next book. Okay? And for those of you that don't know this, once you turn 25, you don't celebrate birthdays anymore unless you choose to, but I choose to celebrate anniversaries because 25 birthdays is long enough, so the rest are anniversaries. My plan for today was to have the paper version of the book available, but Amazon didn't hurry up to give it to me. So what I will do is, any of you that want books today, whether it's my first book, which is my money story, or the book that launches today, which is Money Mindset Makeover, my plan was to have them for $10 special today, so I will have them each for $10 today. And for those of you that want this one, which I don't have in my hand, I will deliver it to you as soon as Amazon gets it to my house, probably sometime later this week. So between this week and next week, we can catch up, or I come over and bring it to you, or whatever way you want to get it. If you want to stop by and pick it up from here, if it's not too far for you, whatever way you want to get it, I'll make sure you get it. With an autograph, of course, because that was part of what I was going to do today. So, that's what I have. Thank you so much. Now it's my turn to take a picture of you.
You have to be in the picture, though. You got to do it as a selfie.